The Elite Four of any region typically consist of the 4 strongest trainers from that region itself, with perhaps one major exception of sorts being the Indigo Plateau, which serves as the league for both Kanto and Johto. So the trainers have 2 home regions. In the Hoenn League, however, there exists one trainer who is not actually from Hoenn, and she is today's trainer, Glacia. Glacia is the 3rd Elite Four member that we face, and she serves as quite a challenge to any challenging trainers with immense bulk and synergy. Glacia is a very passionate battler, and she says that she's traveled from afar to Hoenn so that she may improve her skills as an Ice-type trainer. She sets the tone immediately upon our first meeting by declaring that all she's seen during her time in the league is being challenged by weak trainers. So upon her defeat, she's thrilled to have finally faced a strong challenger. Glacia is definitely not overconfident though, as she's gracious and perhaps even excited by the prospect of her defeat and is happy to see the challenger succeed deservedly. Referring to the next room of the Elite Four, she even says, "Advance to the next room, and there confront the truly fearsome side of the Pokemon League," showing that she definitely defers to trainers who are stronger than even her. Aside from her great respect for trainers who manage to best her, Glacia is also very passionate about battles being conducted fairly and respectfully. She considers battling at one's fullest effort to be the best way to show respect to one's opponent, and despises trainers that use underhanded methods to win battles, even saying that the players should not do the same given that 2 wrongs do not make a right. In her eyes, a compromise of what a trainer should care most about makes a win meaningless. Few trainers share her passion for the proper conduct of Pokemon battles and her sheer respect for any trainer who can meet her rigorous standards. Passionate, upfront, and a high-ranking Elite Four member, we know that Glacia is a strong Pokemon trainer. But how strong is she really? Using all of her appearances in the main series games, it's time to discover Glacia's best possible team. It's time to find out her true power. Glacia's first appearance occurs in the original Generation 3 games Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire, where she serves as the 3rd Elite Four member that we face. In this battle, she begins with a level 50 Glalie, followed by a level 50 Celio, another Celio at level 52, another Glalie at level 52, and finally her Walrein at level 53, which holds a Citrus Berry for extra bulk. This team is surprisingly synergistic, as the Glalie, Celio, and Walrein cover each other's weaknesses quite well, and her first 4 Pokemon can set up Hail, which can be quite tough to deal with. Glacia's next appearance occurs in the Generation 3 3rd version game Pokemon Emerald. Aside from the order, with her level 50 Celio now first, followed by her level 50 Glalie, her Pokemon are all at the same levels, although they have had their movesets adjusted a bit with, for instance, her Glalie now having Icy Wind, her second one now having Explosion for a last resort choice, and her Walrein now having Ice Beam instead of Blizzard, perhaps in case the hail runs out by the time it's sent out. The final time we find Glacia in the main series games occurs in Ruby and Sapphire's remakes Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, where, unlike the original, she can actually be battled on 2 separate occasions. The first is under similar circumstances to the originals, where she serves as the 4th Elite Four member, although her team has changed quite a bit. She now starts off with her Glalie at level 52, followed by a brand new Frostlass at level 52, her second Glalie at level 52, a second new Frostlass at level 52, and finally her Walrein now at level 54. This team is quite interesting, as the 2 Frostlasses definitely add some speed and utility to it, and are tough to hit in the hail with their Snow Cloak ability. Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire actually gave us the opportunity to rematch Glacia, however, where she has become far more powerful as a trainer and is perhaps no longer holding back at all. In this battle, she starts off with a brand new level 72 Abomasnow, which sets up Hail automatically of course, followed by a brand new Unova Region Bearcat at level 72, one of her Frostlasses now at level 72, a brand new Unova Region Vanillux also at level 72, her Walrein at level 72, and finally one of her Glalies at a whopping level 74. However, there is one more extremely important development here. This Glalie now holds a Glalie-type Megastone, meaning she rounds off her team with a beastly Mega Glalie, adding some immense power and bulk. It's time for the moment we've all been waiting for. Using all of her appearances in the main series Pokemon games, let's construct Glacia's best possible team. The first pick for Glacia's best team is going to go to her Frostlass from her Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire rematch, in which it's at level 72. Frostlass is currently in the UU or underused tier in competitive battling and has a really interesting base stat spread, with all its defenses being a decent 70, its offensive stats being good with 80 in each, and its speed being an excellent 110. Frostlass can hit really hard and really fast with moves that Glacia has on it, like Stab Shadow Ball and Stab Blizzard, which can't miss in Hail, but can also be great at outspeeding with utility moves such as Confuse Ray, Destiny Bond, Thunder Wave, and Taunt to be a huge annoyance and threat for the other team. It also has the Snow Cloak ability, which increases its evasiveness in Hail, which can be quite difficult to deal with for opposing Pokemon. The second spot on Glacia's best team is going to go to her Glalie, which is at level 74 and also holds the Glaletite Megastone, making it a Mega Glalie. Mega Glalie currently stands in the NU or never used tier in competitive battling, but that's likely because there are other Mega evolutions that are more worth the slot. As a standalone Pokemon though, Mega Glalie is still quite beastly with 80 in all defenses, a massive 120 in attack and special attack, and a good 100 speed. It also has the Refrigerate ability, which allows normal type moves to become stab ice moves, which then get a bonus 1.2 times power boost as well. Glacia's Mega Glalie has a decent moveset with Protect, Stab Priority Ice Shard, and Stab Freeze Dry, but it could definitely run other moves like Stab Double Edge, Earthquake, and Stab Explosion, which becomes an Ice-type move with Refrigerate of course, and even Spikes for utility, although Frostlass kind of already has that covered. Mega Glalie is both a defensive and offensive monster and should not be underestimated on this team. The third pick is going to be Glacia's Vanillux, which is at level 72. Vanillux is in the NUBL tier at the moment, meaning it's banned from never used but doesn't quite make the rarely used or RU tier in competitive. Vanillux is an interesting Pokemon stat-wise as it's pretty well rounded, with all its stats being between 71 and 110, with the latter being its great special attack, along with a 95 in attack and special defense as well. Glacia's Vanillux also has the Ice Body ability, which means it gains back some health every turn in the hail. She has some good moves on it too, like Stab Ice Beam and Freeze Dry, along with Signal Beam for coverage. But if it's going to be in the hail, Blizzard could definitely work instead of Ice Beam, and Priority Ice Shard could be an option along with Flash Cannon, Taunt, Explosion, or even Hidden Power Fire if possible. The fourth spot is going to go to Glacia's Abomasnow, which is at level 72. Abomasnow is currently in the PU tier and honestly has pretty decent base stats all things considered, with 75 to 92 in everything but speed. Where Abomasnow really comes into play for this team though is its Snow Warning ability, which automatically sets up the hail when it switches in, not only hurting the opponent each turn and none of its own team members, in fact it only helps heal some of them, but also activating other team members' abilities and making the Blizzard move unable to miss. With moves that Glacia's had on it like Stab Woodhammer for massive damage, Stab Priority Ice Shard to make up for its poor speed, Earthquake for coverage, and even some tricks like running special moves like Blizzard since its special attack is also so high, Abomasnow is a wicked team member that just has to watch out for Fire-type moves, which Glacia's next Pokemon can help out with a lot. I see Abomasnow performing a specially defensive role on this team primarily, and very much being a utility Pokemon with automatic hail. And the second last spot for Glacia's best team is going to go to her beastly Walrein, which is also at level 72. Walrein has surprisingly good base stats with 80 to 110 in everything but speed, and its defenses being an amazing 110, 90, and 90. Glacia's Walrein also has the Thick Fat ability, which is great if it's going to tank fire moves, but it could alternatively run Ice Body for some extra recovery in hail. With moves like Stab Surf, Stab Blizzard, Body Slam with a chance to paralyze, and other potential utility moves like Toxic, Protect, and Roar, Walrein adds a nice bulky balance to the team with offensive, defensive, and utility capabilities and helps counter the team's common fire weakness and even its steel weakness defensively. I see this thing fulfilling a physically defensive role on this team to balance Abomasnow's specially defensive role and to form a solid defensive core for it. And the final pick for Glacia's best team is going to go to her second and final Unova region Pokemon, her Beartic, which is at level 72. Beartic is also untiered in competitive battling, but can definitely find a niche on this team with its insane 130 attack stat, along with 95, 80, and 80 defenses, but granted a poor speed stat of 50. It also does have the Snowcloak ability, which raises its evasiveness in hail like Frostlass, but Glacia could definitely use an ability capsule to give it Slush Rush, which will actually double its speed in hail, which Abomasnow of course sets up automatically, making this thing an absolute monster. Glacia's Beartic has some great moves that add some good coverage to this team, such as Stab Icicle Crash, and Slash, Shadow Claw, and Brick Break for coverage, the last of which is great for opposing steel types, which will otherwise wall this team quite well. It could also run Priority Aqua Jet for some speed, along with perhaps Superpower over Brick Break for more power, Play Rough for more coverage, and even Swords Dance to power up its attack to ridiculous levels. Although this is Glacia's best team, she does have a few other Pokemon that are worth mentioning, but since we haven't seen them in so long, it's hard to say if they've leveled up since then, and they all merely just serve as duplicate Pokemon. First is her level 52 Frostlass, followed by her second Glalie at level 52, and finally she has two Celio at levels 52 and 50 respectively. Well, there we go everyone, we have discovered Glacia's true power and unveiled her strongest possible team in the main series games. If you enjoyed this video and are looking forward to more from this series, please be sure to leave a like, share it on social media, and subscribe with notifications on by hitting that bell icon if you haven't already. Don't forget to comment down below with what trainer you wish to see featured next. The comment with the most likes will pick the trainer for the next week's episode and will be featured on screen. Before we go, I'd just like to give a quick shout out to my patrons and YouTube members. Thank you guys so much for your support. If you enjoy my content and would like to support the channel and get some cool perks, the links to support will be in the description below. This has been Soul Spectre, and I'll see you guys next time for some more True Power.